enroll our new associates into the QuantumDigital database. We do that when they join the company, because otherwise, if they have to go through joining the MLS, doing all of those things, sometimes they just don't get it all done. And it's so confusing. I mean, we talk in jargon, they're new, they don't know, so we automatically enroll them into the program, and we expose them through our training program to all the things that are available from Quantum. We've got custom design templates just for Coldwell Banker United, and of course Marty has the majority of that kind of presentation, so I'm not going to do a quantum presentation. But our emphasis on this integrated mix, from text messaging to video to good old postcards, has helped us tremendously in this market, just tremendously. Our days on market is not half of what the competitors are, but it is about 5 days less than most of our competitors. And that matters. 5 days in this kind of market matters. Okay, the next thing, our rapid response system. We utilize Coldwell Banker's rapid response system. It was formerly called Rueter. But what we have learned is that it's not necessarily just routing leads. It's enabling the consumer to ask a question and get a response right away. I mean, that's what rapid response is all about. In Austin, it's especially appropriate now, because what happens is they send in a question from one of the various websites, and the rapid response system converts it into a voice, and then the agent gets called. And you know, we are very focused on delivering those requests for information directly to the listing agent. I want to make sure, because for me, that's very important. They're the best ones to answer the question. So it converts to voice, the agent gets a call, they're able to handle the call immediately. In Austin, they just enacted a law that you can't text or email while you're driving. Which is pretty, I mean, obviously it's a good idea, but, but I can't even tell you how many times I've driven down the road and, you know, so having those requests, I've never had an accident though, having those requests converted into a voice that gives them the opportunity to respond immediately has also been, I mean, that's what the consumer demands. They want a rapid response. They want it from a knowledgeable sales associate. And so that's what we try to deliver. Okay, last but not least on my array of services that we have integrated into the mix is our CMA program. We purchased it, I mean, we're in business with Realty Tools, and it's called Toolkit CMA. And every MLS in the United States offers a CMA program. I mean, we all know that. Our goal was to differentiate our agents from just the general MLS by utilizing a specific program that is tailored for Coldwell Banker United. It integrates the data directly from the MLS. You can pull photos. The agents can take photos of the listing that they're, competing for, and include that into the presentation. As important as all of that, it also includes very timely and relevant information on our company. We can load that information, whether it be graphs or charts or the latest, we're the number 5 company in 2008, whatever it might be, at my level, we load it in there, so when my agents, like Dory Dillard, print one, it will have the most up-to-date information in there. That makes it easy for them. They are grateful for that, and we're thrilled to be able to do that. So, that said, I'm going to turn it over to Marty. Thank you. Okay.
Which one works? Which one?
That one works.
Okay. Hi, everybody. Somebody called my office once and asked for Mr. Gry. I said, there is no Mr. Gry here. They said, well, I have his business card. I said, what's his name? They said, Gry. I said, spell it, please. They said, G-R-I. I said, what's his first name? They said, Marty. I said, what's his middle name? They said, Rueter. So I'm a Gry Chris now. What are you? Why do I say that? Because I was wondering today what I am. I was sitting here, first of all, saying, why am I here? The knowledge in this room is would just blow off the roof. But I found out that I am a chameleon because Ed's not here right now, right? Ed has left. Therefore, I am the oldest realtor here. I would have been the second oldest, but Ed left. But I've been this year is my 50th year in real estate. I look good, don't I? I know it's. I was 13 when I started. I worked for my dad. I'm a son of a broker and a grandson of a broker and everything else like that. So I bring a perspective today of down in the street brokering. That's why I was thrilled to hear the agents talking today. It's, I can really identify. But I also bring a different perspective. I bring the perspective of working with a very large broker, a national broker now today. And also, Gino, I am a franchisor because I was I started the Rueter franchise about 8.5 years ago. So I found out that I'm bringing a lot of perspective, and I could probably share with you marketing from many different facets. One is an agent. The other is a broker who doesn't have a lot of money right now to spend on marketing, but also as a builder of brands with no money to do so in a world that is cluttered now with all sorts of different media, et cetera. People ask me, how do you say Weichert? And because this was my biggest challenge getting started, because it's the biggest company it's never heard of. It was founded in 1969. There's now 200 company-owned offices, which have decided to stay within the footprint, which is primarily the mid-Atlantic states. Franchise about 300 offices. We're down. We lost some, some we actually consolidated. We're in 36 states with a total of about 18,000 sales associates. But one thing that I really am proud to say is active sales associates, because we have a separate company for the inactive. It's a referral company of 10,000. It's now 11,000. Will soon be 12,000 as soon as the dues don't get paid. Coming up here. And we're a full-service company, so our model is traditional broker, full service. About 45% of our deals involve Weichert mortgage, which is very high. Our company dollar is 45%, meaning that we pay out, out on average about 55%. We have various ways of doing that. We are competitive with our splits, but you can get creative when it gets into company-generated business. And we're finding out that company-generated business is an important aspect of profitability today. And we're also finding out that with outfits like Quantum and with the internet, we have the ability to generate our own leads, whereas before we were reliant upon agents who did or didn't prospect. That's $65 billion in sales. This is what I'm sitting here today saying to myself. We live in a moment of history where change is so speeded up that we begin to see the present only when it is disappearing. I was courteous enough today to turn off my cell phone. I found out that everyone else is just, cell phoning away because you're multitask. I can't do two things at a time, so I turned mine off. I just got a cell phone about a few years ago, and people look at it and say, where did you get that? And I said, well, I got that after I got my bag phone sold out, This is where Ed and I are coming from, and this is where the majority of real estate agents still are from. I like the way it's always been, and we tend to defend, and I really applaud Quantum because they realize that they can't be a print shop. And you decide that early on, so good for foresight. The definition of marketing has broadened. See, when I first started real estate, it was advertising and marketing. They were the same thing. But it's no longer synonymous with traditional advertising, nor is it just one principal medium. For a lot of agents, recipe holders and pot holders, recipe cards and pot holders is still what they're relying on. Who had one? Sure, and that's what they want us to do. It's a mix, is what we're talking about today, and having the right mix is essential. And our company believes that you need to be doing everything. It's a question of how much of what do you do. You don't give anything up, but it's a shift of emphasis. For overall effectiveness, call to action, brand awareness, and what I call agent awareness. In putting together a franchise, in moving into markets where no one could say our name.